Race number 5 here at Belmont Park. It is the Class 5 handicap over the 2200 metres. And Mark, a couple of starts ago we saw Jackpot Prince dominated Ascot. It was a good performance, but there was one running just behind it that put in a nice run.
Yeah, Halushi on the speed, stuck on well. Keep an eye out for a fair few runners in this race. Running on.
Further back, Esperanza, Saxophonist, and then came Impressa, getting up near the inside, Shadow Boxer at the 250, and Halushi levelled up to Miss Rumour Mill. Now the run comes for Jackpot Prince, and Jackpot Prince in the twinkling of an eye. He burst through, grabbed the lead, kicked away from Halushi. Impressa further back, but look at Jackpot Prince. Jackpot Prince has drawn away to winning.
It was a good performance by Halushi, as you said, was in a nice position throughout and was just beaten by a better horse, but I like the way it continued to attack the line. Now, since then, Has Race was beaten 3.5 lengths by Ginger Ninja. I was a little bit disappointed with that run because I thought it had all of the favours throughout and just didn't let down. But this is a genuine stayer, and a lot of these are stepping up in distance and haven't actually proven themselves around this form line. So, despite the wide draw, I think Halushi's right in the mix.
Yeah, I thought that Ginger Ninja race was right for the picking, especially considering it was a little bit weaker as well, Adam. Coming out of that race, just all the likes of 888, was snagged back to last, ran on very strongly. Hell of a dance, I'm willing to forgive as well. Still a maiden, but looks to have a lot of staying ability. Was 3 wide without cover and faded quite noticeably. Miss Rumour Mill led and then faded. Roll On John was in that race and never got into it. Was just hindered at the barriers and then wanted to pull in running, so it didn't help its chances. And Saxophonist, one of my favourites, Adam, it's had the 2 runs over the 2200 metres, and I think it'll be cherry ripe to run well here as long as it can stay in the running line and not get cluttered up. I think it's a real chance. A Western Star again, just that fitness. Of course, it ran 3 starts ago over 1300 metres, and now has had 2 runs over 2200 metres. It should be fit enough to run well.
Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing race. I prefer, out of all of those that you mentioned, I prefer 2 others, and that's My Fair Beauty and Friar Dance. I think My Fair Beauty, look, we've heard Steve Wallace say it's not a brilliant horse, but very honest. And Friar Dance, it is stepping up from the 16 to the 2200, but I do like some of the form lines. I think it can play a part in this race. But I'm going to go with number 2, My Fair Beauty, from 4 Friar Dance, 1 888 and 8 Explosive Queen.
I've got the 10 on top again here, Saxophonist. I think we'll get a nice each-way price from the 2 My Fair Beauty, 3 Hell of a Dance, and 4 Friar and Dice.
Race number 6 here at Belmont Park. It's over the 1200 metres, and Mark, one of my favourite mares is in this race.
Yeah, this is a very good race, is this. Hopetoun will take a look at, going down narrowly behind Luke's Gold.
Led about 3/4 to a length. Captivated Point, Jaspara pushing up near the fence, and Carla Keymis let down brilliantly at the 250. She'd hit the lead. Carla Keymis, the run coming for Jaspara down on the inside. Hopetoun still running on. Carla Keymis, Jaspara, Hopetoun. Luke's Gold is running on. Carla Keymis, Hopetoun. Now Luke's Gold. They split the line, the 3 of them together. Luke's Gold.
She's such an honest type, is Hopetoun, just runs on strongly, and I think those form lines around Luke's Gold are really going to hold up. We've seen the Vandemonian form lines hold up. Luke's Gold coming from that race and winning as well. And there's been about 3 winners now from that run behind Vandemonian. So I think she can certainly play a part. My concern again is the barrier here. She'll have to go back, run on, and how far in front horses like Tatango and Friaresque might be will be the question mark.
Yeah, Karlaki Miss was in that race as well, and the form looks very, very good. Tango comes into this race as well. Has had a little bit of a freshen up. The tongue bit goes on here to try to control the galloper's mouth. Of course, when just going down narrowly is a short price favourite, William Pike said its tongue got back and it faded out that last 50 metres. So interesting to see how she goes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. He was questioning about the ride as well, not using the whip, and he just mentioned that he thought the momentum was enough and it wouldn't have done anything. But we see that gear change as well. And look, if that was the issue, she should be too good for this. We were very confident that day. She was a short price favourite. The form lines around Fancy Fox and Remember Berlin are good enough. And Mitchell Pateman gets the opportunity.
Carpenter as well in great form last start. Winner Brad Parnham stays on, which is a big, big tick. But great job by Kayla Farrell and the team, because they've kept this galloper up for a little while and he's been getting the results. That form around Carpenter and Bell's Tower is very, very solid at him.
Yeah, and look, I think dropping back to the 1200 is ideal. I was surprised this horse was able to hold on over 1300. I think it's just too far, and even though it did win, I still stay by that comment. 1200 is ideal here. I'm glad they've stayed with the senior rider. They've got the wide draw. They've got the speed to cross here and play a really big part. I think Capanda can definitely be winning this race, but I'm going to go with the mare that I think we've got a good opinion of, which is number 5, Tatango, from number 6, Friaresque, which trialled really nicely, 2, Capanda, and at number 11, Pirate's Fortune.
5 on top for me as well, Tango dropping in class, ahead of number 1, Big Caroline, 2, Carpanda, and 3, Hopetoun.
Race number 7 here at Belmont Park. It is a 1700 metre event, a Class 3 handicap. And Mark, we're going to take a look at Generous Albert. A few runners coming from this race.
Yeah, there is, Adam. Generous Albert, though, flew home from well back in the field. with Royal Attraction.
Rated, and Royal Attraction is the widest into the straight. Still though, Jag'em defies them. Super Hunter Falco. Royal Attraction is out wider. Generous Lad trying to get through. Bourbon Dynasty still there. Jag'em leads Super Hunter Falco. Here comes Royal Attraction now. She's unwinding from the back of the field, has looped them in and wins the length. Royal Attraction.
It's a really good performance there by Generous Albert, ridden by Clint Johnson-Porter. Sasha Starley takes the ride here, drawn well in barrier 3. This is a horse that hasn't been extremely consistent, but has shown again, like we saw in the replay, that on its day it can attack the line strongly. He goes up that extra 200 metres like a few others do, but I'm leaning another way in the race.
Yeah, there are a few good runs out of that race, and we saw Top Rated was second last, made its run with Royal Attraction. Royal Attraction actually came off its back and put in a super effort. Hopefully they can get a run. Their second emergency. We've also got like Super Hunter was good in that race. One I'm quite keen on, a Lindsay Smith train runner, No Saying It. Vex Eustace 2 starts ago and then came out and won last at a very nice price.
Yeah, No Saying It looks to be a classy galloper, doesn't it? Lindsay Smith hasn't hidden that. He mentioned that the horse had ulcers in that first start and has improved since then. They still haven't ruled out going to some of the good 3-year-old races. So if that's the case, even though they're carrying the 59 kilos, I expect them to be winning this race.
The Director as well has hit some nice form this preparation. Out to 1,700 metres, I think will suit.
Yeah, has won twice over 16, so you think that extra 100 metres would be okay. Brad Parnham dropped the whip last start down the straight as well when it was narrowly beaten by 0.8 lengths. I think Trevor Andrews has done a really good job with this galloper. It seems to be improving, and I think it's one you can definitely have in your numbers, but I'm going to go with number 2, No Saying It. From 3, The Director. Number 14 in the Top Rated, which as you said is Emergency 2, and 6, Sigil.
2 on top for me, No Saying It as well. From 1, All Too Much. 3, The Director. And number 7, Princess Jasmine.
Final race of the day here at Belmont Park. It's over the 1,700 metres. And Mark, there's a galloper in this that we should be seeing on Saturdays that looks to have the race suited here.
It really does. Rising Sea we speak of. The first start win was exceptional. The third last start was good also. Keep an eye out for Release the Sacks running on into 4th.
These insiders, Rising Sea went for home. Daylight back to the others. 200 left to run. Rising Sea well clear halfway down the running from Mr. Undercover. Humanity can't do any better. Roughhead down on the inside is running on, but it's Rising Sea nicely clear from Mr. Undercover in the final part, and Rising Sea with an all-the-way first up win. Rising Sea.
Good performance there by Rising Sea. I know that the team was pretty happy with the run in the end over the 1,600 metres. They stretch out an extra 100 here. They get the 2 kilo claim from Randy Tan. I think that neutralises the wide draw.
Yeah, I think so too, and I'm looking forward to it. Randy Tan's in really great form. Great for him to get a chance on this galloper. And Release the Sacks was good running on into 4th in that occasion. We've seen it come out and run 5th at Northam since. He's done a runner as a really interesting runner for me. First up over 1,700 metres, we saw a similar tactic played out first up on debut, but speaking to Rob Moore, this galloper down this female pedigree line, all staying blood, so it just wants further.
Yeah, clearly he works them pretty hard to be able to get them going, because it was a good run on debut, as you said last time, over the 1,600 metres behind Stellar Ignition. But I think there's some really good form lines in this race. We mentioned Rising Sea. I think Summit Trail is shown to be a very nice galloper now. Shuhu, I think it's a Saturday class, as is Thunderboom and Fontaine Bleu. So I'm liking those type of runners in this race.
Yes, Adam, a really open race. Who have you got on top?
I'm going to go with number 8, Fontaine Bleu. I thought the run was brilliant, only losing by half length first up. From number 7, Thunderboom, 1 Rising Sea, and 6 Shuhu.
It was the eye catcher, wasn't it, Fontaine Bleu? I've got it on top as well, ahead of number 1, Rising Sea, 3, Elsa's Tribe, and 7, Thunderboom.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with race 6, number 5, Tatango, and race 7, number 2, No Saying It.
I've got race 1, number 5, Ramasan, and race 7, number 2, No Saying It.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media. You can see that on screen at the moment. We've got our YouTube channel as well. And don't forget to visit perthracing.com.au. On behalf of both of us, hope we found you plenty of winners.
Quick,